Hey, it's your girl Ashley. I'm back with another video, and let's talk about one of the most prolific serial killers. Well, I say that, but we'll see about that. Okay, so his name is Samuel Little. Don't know if you know about him. You don't know about him, get to know him. He infamous. Horrible. So yeah, Samuel Little is a serial killer who confessed to killing 93 P-words. Okay? But they thought that 80 of them were like more accurate. And I'm like, that's the thing. I don't know. It's a toss-up to me. What serial killer gives themselves more credit? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I kill more than that. Or I kill less than that. But anyway, he was only charged with killing 8 women all in total, because that's the one that they could match him to the most, was 8 women. But that was still good enough. That was good enough. He got 8 life sentences, so that was good enough. So let's talk about Samuel Little. So Samuel Little had a mom. She was a P-word, and she abandoned him. And of course, his dad also abandoned him as well. So it was all starting to build up for his dislike of women and P-words, since his mom had abandoned him and she was a P-word. And yeah, and then she was a teenage P-word as well. Crazy, you know? Yeah, his dad was like 19, so it was like, oh yeah, a little crazy. Teens trying to raise a kid, and then anyway. But then he lived with his grandma in Ohio, and yeah, he was up from there. Samuel was up from there. Like, he never he said from an early age that he always fantasized about choking women, because his elementary teacher had her hand around her neck that one time, and he was like, I want to strangle women. So that's how his life was starting out. And he was in and out of juvie, jail, prison for most of all his life. But he was never charged for murder. You know what I mean? Like, he was charged for breaking and entering, you know, some burglaries, theft, but never to the extent of murder. So he would describe in the interviews that, and that's the other thing that was so like, he describes every single last one of them so much into detail that it's like, okay, let's just go get him up out of here. So he was explaining how he would meet these women, you know, pay for the services, like yaka them, and then there'll be that on that. There will be that on that, and that's what he was doing to women, and he got away with it for a long time. I never talked about him in the serial killer category, because his crime spree was a long crime spree. It was from the 1970s to about 2000s, and he finally got caught in 2012. Right, tell me about it. It took so long for him to even get caught. He had to be on a special one all by himself, because he got caught. It was just crazy. It was just crazy that it took so long for him to get caught. He was doing this starting in the 1970s. So yeah, anywho. But so yeah, and then Samuel was like giving these descriptions, and he was just so vivid. But he finally got caught in he had got arrested. I know, backtracking, because it's just crazy. So when he was in school or whatever, he collected true crime magazines depicting a woman being choked. It took him all the way to 2012 to get caught for all of this stuff that had happened. Oh, so he was arrested in 2012 for a drug charge. And that's how he was eventually, they had his DNA. But what's crazy is they always had his DNA. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like they never, like, he was, but he had been, but that was the thing though. He was all over doing all this stuff. So, like, he just wasn't in one state committing all these crimes. He was going to different states, different cities, killing different women that were P words. See what I'm saying? Like a trucker, kind of, sort of. Like one of those. That's what I tell you, be aware of some of them truckers. Them rest stops, by them truck stops. Yeah. That stuff be real because they be getting. And then he wanted to play like he was innocent. Like, come on now. You know you did that. Come on now. And he committed all these murders in 19 different states. 19 different states. You got 50 states. He committed crimes in 19 states. And thought what? But not even a blessing, but he died in 2020. Crazy enough, on my birthday, December the 30th. In 2020, he finally died. And that was like, you. I mean, he should have got the chair. But, the most prolific, I don't know about that. I feel like he is one of, but to call him the most prolific is crazy to me. Okay? It's been some other people that have confessed to killing more people, to doing more things. But I just think because he's a minority, that he was called the most prolific. And I'm not excusing Samuel. First of all, Samuel disgusts me. Samuel is disgusting to me. The fact that he went in such vivid details just to describe how everything went, like, you for real? You for real? You giving me details play by play. Giving descriptions, helping them draw people out. What type of stuff is that? What type of serial killer is that? But anyway, never excuse how sick he is or how wrong he is, but I do think he's up there in the top, but I just don't think he's the worst of the worst. I would say probably of this new era. Yeah. But back then, they was letting loose, so they didn't. Who would have known about Samuel Little? He traveled to so many states. He did this in all different states, so how would they ever connect him to some of these crimes? You know what? Sometimes he didn't even get, but he got locked up so many times, he just was all over the place, doing just doing everything. And the fact that he had finally caught him in 2012 is crazy. Like, I would just kill myself anonymous or something.